AITA for storming out of my father's house after finding out he's reconciled with my mother. I, 20F, was raised by my father, 49M, alongside my older brothers, Lyle and Kyle, both 23M. They're twins. Mom left us shortly after I was born, so I've never really had a maternal figure growing up. I've tried to ask my dad why mom left, but he would always try to dodge the question. Anyways, this kind of messed me up a little bit as a kid because I would always blame myself for her leaving. And it also didn't help that my older brothers would always use the old trusty. You're why mom left. Card and arguments. During my middle school years, my mom began to call me and my brothers. She swore up and down for years that she wanted me back in her life, but didn't make any effort to get to know me. So that woman broke a lot of promises with me and my brothers. The last straw for me was when she didn't come to a beauty pageant I'd been excited for months. I know that sounds really petty, but at the time, it was really important to me, and she swore up and down that she would come. Of course, she broke that promise too, so when mom called to apologize for not, I let that woman have it. I think the call almost lasted an hour and a half, and it was mostly just me cussing her out. Obviously, ever since that phone call, I've been no contact with her. But a few days ago, my dad texted me if I wanted to have dinner with him and the boys, saying that he was going to make my favorite meal. Of course, I agreed. I walk in the house and I hear my dad and my brothers talking. Nothing unusual, of course, but then I hear a woman laugh. So I walked to the kitchen and saw my dad, Lyle, and Kyle laughing and talking with my mother. So at this point, I'm pissed and confused. And I think I thought out loud because I said, "What the fuck is she doing here?" Everyone immediately becomes silent until dad starts talking. Basically, he says that I need to watch my tone and that all they want to do is talk to me about their future. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Then my mother had the great idea to drop the bombshell that her and dad got back together and had been dating for months. I think you can understand how gooped I was from this information. But then Lyle tells me that basically everyone in the immediate family knew about the relationship besides me because they were worried about how I would react. So I'm still standing there, shaking with rage. So when my dad tried to grab my arm to sit me down so we could talk, I snatched it back and basically stormed out the house. Now I've been bombarded from texts from my dad and Lyle saying I was immature and made mom cry. My friends are 50-50 on it. So Reddit, AITA? Relevant comments. Many plus hobbies. Gal. NTA, for how you feel, they blindsided you and then blamed you for your reaction. If you choose to have nothing to do with your mother, you shouldn't have too. Realize your father is an adult, free to be involved with whomever he chooses. OP. I know he's a grown man, but I just don't understand what he sees in her. She literally left him with 3 kids to raise all by himself, but now that they're all grown up, she wants to come back. This whole situation just has me in a tizzy TBH. Confused at 63 colon asterisk. It would have been better for your dad to talk to you alone. The fact that the all kept it from you was inconsiderate of you. I am sorry. I've been there in the sense of being left out or always the last to know. Be strong. OP. Thank you. I just feel so upset and confused with them right now because they never kept anything like this from me. Usually my dad's addressing matters with all of us. 5 Hill asterisk info. Was your mother in prison? I'm wondering if she was and your dad has been in touch with her, visiting even, all this time. OP. Honestly, I'm not sure if she was. My dad always said that mom lived over the next state or something. That's all the information he would give me or my siblings. Update 1. So, before I get into anything, I just wanted to thank everyone for the kind words and reassurance. I wasn't really expecting it at all. I also want to apologize for the late response to everything. I've been busy so much with work and other things that I just haven't had the time. Anyways, with your guys' advice, I texted my dad and told him that I wanted answers about what the hell was going on. He agreed, but he said he wanted to have the dinner over at his place. And I had to tell him that he lost that trust when he tried to back me into a corner. He came over to my apartment. I had my friend, M24, stay in my sewing room for protection. Dad just started sobbing, begging for forgiveness. He kind of went on about how he just wanted us to be the family that we were 20 years ago. The family? I don't even remember. And to let you guys know, these were definitely not crocodile tears. So I hugged him to calm him down, but I had to put my foot down and tell him I wanted answers, not tears. He calmed himself a little bit down and explained everything that I asked to me. Mom was very young when she got together with Dad, with a significant age gap. They started dating right after her high school graduation. 2. My mother had a history of drug addiction, something I had suspected. She overdosed once, and my dad had to rush her to the hospital. The twins suffered during this period. 2. I was an unplanned pregnancy, and my parents decided to put my mother in rehab during her pregnancy. She remained miserable, and she ran away to Florida after my birth. Recently, my mom got clean, got a job, and wanted to apologize to my dad. They rekindled their relationship and decided it would be best to let the twins know first before they tell me. It was nice to have this information, and I thanked him for it, but I told him that why didn't she apologize to the kids whose hearts that she broke constantly? Of course, he started the backpedal, saying that I just needed to give her a chance to prove herself because the twins already have. Plus, it was a really shitty move not to even mention to me that mom was back. And I had to explain to him that I have given another chance, way too many times, and that she destroyed that bridge beyond repair. But I also did tell him that I wasn't going to cut them off for it, but mom was just going to be the new woman, and that we needed to go to therapy without mom before we continued anything. Dad was a little upset when I laid down this information to him, but he did agree on the therapy and said he would tell Lyle and Kyle about it. He did tell the twins. Kyle was down, but Lyle was mad. He tried calling multiple times and wouldn't pick up. He started texting me horrible things, basically boiling it all down to me being a spoiled brat that needs to get over the past. I gave him a piece of my mind before I blocked him, and we've been NC since. We also had our first therapy session, and it wasn't groundbreaking. It was just kind of like an introduction type thing and kind of addressing what we want to work on. I showed her my post when I was alone with her to give her more context because I can be scattered brain at times. She says she definitely wants to go deeper on my feelings about my mother, alongside my father and brothers if possible. I'll try to give more updates if possible. Relevant comments. White a goop. I hope the therapy helps. This sounds like the most positive outcome anyone could have hoped for TBH, especially mom. You're definitely owed a huge apology from her multiple. It strikes me to not be so hard on your dad. He has clearly loved her this whole time. And Lyle probably saw how hurt and damaged he was after she left, so is happy for him. You are one family, but all experienced and saw different things in this situation. I'm sorry your dad couldn't articulate that she didn't leave because of you, though. So confusing for a young child, and such an easy fix with the right words. OP, thank you. It's also been helpful during this situation to see Dad's side of things. Makes me put things in perspective, but at the moment, I just can't bring myself to have anything to do with my mother. And it also didn't help that Lyle went apeshit on me as well. I'm just hoping everything falls into place in the future. Next Welder 4653. Question. Did Kyle ever apologize for what he said to you? Lyle is a lost cause, but I think there's hope for Kyle. Your dad, mom, and brothers need to understand that forgiveness is on your time, not theirs. Just because they've forgiven her doesn't mean you immediately have to. I'm glad that your dad and Kyle are willing to go to therapy. Don't let anyone pressure you to forgive your mother. Also, if you haven't, let your dad know what Lyle said, because that is not okay. OP, Kyle has apologized to me. We've always been closer to each other. Commentator gives advice about OAP's dad not being honest with all three kids, OAP and twin brothers, with guilt involved. OOP's dad is letting OOP being the punching bag and having the twin brothers blame and bullying OP for their mother leaving. Family owes OOP an apology. One brother believes that OOP should let mom back in her life, which OOP doesn't want to. OP, I've had to go no contact with Lyle with some of the shit he said, literally threatening me over this. I just don't understand how he could say a lot of the things he said to his own little sister. I guess he really does blame me or something. I do want to say I have hope for my father and Kyle. Update 2. So I decided to upload this onto my profile since a lot of people want to know how I'm doing, and it's not that big for an Aita post. Firstly, I'm doing pretty well. My time has been completely taken over at the salon that I work at. Christmas is just around the corner, and I have stuff and materials that I need to get LOL, but don't worry, I've been making time for therapy with Kyle and Dad. We've been going once a week, and I think it's been helping a lot. The therapist has been helping me walk through my feelings about mom. She's also been helping my dad, and Kyle as well. Kyle has since apologized to me about everything, basically. He's even opened up about his feelings and opinions about mom also, though we're in a similar boat when it comes to that. Kyle more anxious and scared about mom leaving again than mad like me. I'm still 50-50 on my dad. He has apologized for ganging up on me, but hasn't sat down to talk with mom and Lyle. Kyle literally had to be the one yell at Lyle for basically going full psycho on me. Speaking of Lyle, he's still mad at me and still isn't joining us for therapy. Apparently, from what Kyle said, he's now mad at me, turning the family against him and mom. I've been NC with him and have blocked on everything, while Kyle has low contact since seeing how he's been treating me. Verdict, not the asshole.